Hi there! In this video we're going to be looking at relative clauses. A relative clause is used to give extra information about a noun or clause. They are a type of subordinate or dependent clause, which means that they don't make much sense on their own and need to be paired with a main clause to make a sentence. Most of the time a relative clause begins with a relative pronoun. Relative pronouns are the words who, which, that, whose and whom. Let's take a look at some examples. Marius, who was afraid of heights, was about to complete his first bungee jump. My Nana, whose bowling skills are legendary in the village, is about to score a strike. Many people are excited about the school trip that we have been planning for weeks. In each of these sentences, the relative clause is being used to give extra information about the noun phrases Marius, my Nana, and the school trip. If we were to remove the relative clause from each sentence, they would still make sense on their own. Sometimes a relative clause can be used to give extra information about the main clause. Our flight to Amsterdam was cancelled, which made our holiday plans difficult. In this sentence, the relative clause is giving extra information about the whole of the main clause, our flight to Amsterdam was cancelled, rather than just the noun phrase. For our first question, you're being asked to circle the relative clause in the sentence below. Often these sorts of questions will have purposely left out the commas, so you'll need to look for a part of the sentence that is being used to give extra information. The chicken which had been recently rescued laid its first egg. Have you found the relative clause? Which part of the sentence is being used to give extra information about the chicken? Well done if you said which had been recently rescued. This relative clause begins with the relative pronoun which and is being used to give extra information about the chicken. Hoo-yah! The next question is asking you to complete the sentence below using a relative clause. Let's take a look at the sentence. Josie's friend is having a party at the local swimming pool. Your relative clause will need to give extra information about Josie's friend. Think carefully about which relative pronoun you need to use to refer to Josie's friend. Pause your video now and hit play again when you have an answer. Let's take a look at an example answer. Josie's friend, who will be turning 9 years old, is having a party at the local swimming pool. Your relative clause should start with the word who and should give extra information about Josie's friend. Well done if you got that one right. Hoo-yah! For our final question, you're being asked to tick the sentence that contains a relative clause. Pause your video now and hit play when you have an answer. Do you have an answer? Great. Let's take a look at the sentences. Our teacher said that he had always wanted to play the piano. Whenever I visit somewhere new, I like to take lots of pictures. Which film do you want to watch at the cinema next week? The postal worker who had knocked on my door had an exciting parcel. Which of these sentences contains a relative clause? Well done if you said the postal worker who had knocked on my door had an exciting parcel. Hoo-yah! I hope this video has helped you to understand all about relative clauses. We also have videos about main clauses, subordinate clauses, possessive pronouns, and lots more if you head over to the Twinkl website. Thank you for watching.